Hello and welcome to this Louisiana Beer Reviews review of Crooked Stave Sour Rosé Fruited Sour Ale. Crooked Stave, established in Denver, Colorado in 2010. This was introduced in 2016. It's 4% alcohol, 110 calories. They say it's good for drinking a lot of it. Pack in, enjoy, and pack out. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't like litter bugs. Can't stand litter. So what is it legally? A sour ale fermented in oak with raspberries and blueberries. Okay. It's close to 6 months old. It's got a born on date, but it's only, I can get what I can get. And I've never seen their beers in Louisiana in my life. You can see the can is kind of beat up, to say the least. It just showed up on a shelf. It was 57 cents, so I bought it. And we have that happen sometimes here. A beer will show up, and you'll never see it again. See it one time. And I saw exactly one can of this on that shelf. So, it gets a 91 on Beer Advocate, outstanding. It gets a 97 on Rate Beer, 90 in the style, and Untapped gives it an 87. 77, sorry. 77, which will be like an 87 on Beer Advocate. So they're giving it the lowest score. So there it is. Rosé, like a rosé wine, kind of orangish pink, like those wines are. Like, say, like Carlo Rossi Rosé. Okay. Or Gallo family Rosé. It smells fruity. There's a fruity note. Raspberry and what they say, blueberry. Mostly it just smells like grain and yeast. Like pale malt, white bread, and yeast. So it's probably going to have a lot fruitier flavor. So here we go. And there are some video reviews going back to when it first came out. So I'll check those out in a little while. Or sometime today. And that's what this company does, sour. They're all about Brettanomyces and that kind of thing. It's a little horse blanket on it. Sweetness, yeah. 3 out of 5 sugar cubes. Bitterness, 1 out of 5 hop cones. So it's going to have the mildest hop bitterness. Tartness, 4 out of 5 warheads. Sour. When I think of sour, I think of sour cream, sourdough bread, sour mash bourbon. These sours, they never taste sour to me. They taste tart, which some people claim is a type of sour. There's a big debate about that. It's like sour is a negative thing and tart is a positive. I don't know about that. I like sour things, I don't like tart things. This is more like a sweet tart. I said 3 out of 5 sweetness, 4 out of 5 sour tart. Yeah, so think of like a sweet tart candy, but in a beer form. And I think sweet tarts, I'd have to check, but I believe they have artificial flavoring as well as natural. But I don't eat candy, so I don't know. But I could find out. Now, when you go to the Chinese restaurant, they have sweet and sour pork or sweet and sour chicken. That is more like the sweet and the sour. There's a sour fermented aspect to that more than any kind of tartness, I've noticed. But that sauce is usually mostly sweet and a little sour. Now, is it heavy on a horse blanket, any kind of thing like that? No, it's just a touch of it. Not like those Belgian ones. It's got a pretty predominant beer flavor, which makes sense, since it's a beer. You get the grain You know, the barley malt, I don't think they're using any corn or rice adjunct. I could be wrong. A little thin head, but don't believe they are. But wouldn't disqualify it as a beer. Wouldn't disqualify it as a craft beer. Remember, years ago it would. You couldn't have adjuncts. It's not, a craft beer is made without corn or rice. Who would want that in a beer? And then a lot of companies started using, they wanted to be considered part of the craft beer community, production community. So they decided, the association decided, yeah, you could have adjuncts, no problem. Add all the cornflakes you want. Oh, I'm sorry, in craft beer it's flaked corn, not cornflakes. We don't say that. And you can add rice, and then you could add out any kind of flavoring, coffee, chocolate, butterscotch, mint. So all the rules were thrown out, and you can be huge. We'll just keep upping the volume allowed. Okay, they shouldn't have had those strict rules in the first place because it never made much sense. You know, it's just like specialty beers more than, and we're past that now. We're in a different world now, and that has largely declined. You know, craft beer is in a relative decline these days. And, it's hard to find. I find it's hard to find too many really good ones, regardless of the price. You know, I had gotten so tired of paying $4.99 a can. You know, it's all can now. And then I'm getting stuff that's like a B. You know, it's good, but it's like, why did I pay $4.99? Why did I pay an A plus price, or $6.99, an A plus price, and I got a B beer? Now, oh sure, I had some great finds like that strong stout from New Jersey. So it was like, let's see, you have. Yeah, like $3.25 a can. $3.25 a can. It was much cheaper than many of the other sky high prices I paid, and that thing was an A plus. But it might be 9 failures and 1 hit, and then 9 more bombs. And because if I'm paying an A plus price and I get a B beer, that's a bomb. To me, that's bombing out. I don't mind if I'm paying $17.99 for a 12-pack, and this stuff is all kind of ho-hum. I mean, I expect that, actually. But, yeah, so this one is not ho-hum. I think 91 is too low, Beer Advocate. 97 may be perhaps too high. But I think 95 is a fair score. 95, a most excellent sour, or I'm saying tart ale, low calorie, 110. I would prefer, obviously, if it was one of their strong ones. They do make some cork and cage 9.5 percenters. Like there was one called Nightmare at Sour. But I don't expect to see those, and I sure don't. I definitely wouldn't expect to see it for 57 cents per unit. But anyway, so you got a medium body here, a crisp finish. Yeah, so 9.5 out of 10, a most excellent beer from Colorado, and I've been to Colorado, been to Denver, went to the state capitol, went to a Rockies game once. And I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to Colorado and take a brewery tour.